I'm Faye Watt, and let's queer up students and youth culture. Trans MIT senior raises over $85,000 after eviction threat, family cutoff, and denied aid near graduation. A transgender senior at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology has raised more than $85,000 in just 3 days after being ordered to leave campus housing weeks before graduation. The student, identified as Matthew N. to protect his privacy, lost family financial support after coming out. Because MIT calculates aid using parental income, Matthew did not qualify for institutional assistance. Appeals for independent status were denied, despite documentation from medical professionals and an LGBTQ+ support organization. Without full registration due to unpaid balances, Matthew could not enroll in classes, receive grades, or be paid for campus jobs. His health insurance was also canceled this spring. To help him, classmates launched a fundraiser as the deadline approached, raising over $86,000, surpassing its goal in 3 days. Matthew said, quote, "I am in awe of the immense kindness and generosity of everyone who donated. I am incredibly excited to graduate," end quote. Advocates say the case highlights gaps in financial aid systems, which often assume parental support, leaving many queer students, especially transgender students, at greater financial risk. Look, now this is what community is about. You know, when systems fail, your friends and people who support you are going to rally around you and raise the money and make sure that you graduate. Education is everything. They want us stupid. Do you understand? They want us ridiculously stupid. And when it comes to the transgender community, even more so. You know, I am a queer girl that has always had a standing, not great relationship with my mom. She would not give me her tax returns for me to go to college. Okay, I had to do so much and jump through so many hurdles and wait till I was 20 to be able to go to college on my own. Mm-hmm. You know, and so this makes my heart bleed just thinking of what they had to go through. But then it makes me smile all at the same time because the community was not going to let them not graduate. They were going to support them, and 85 grand in 3 days is nothing to mess with. I mean, that is substantial.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, as I was reading through the story, I don't think. At first glance, I thought it was something discriminatory against trans people, but I don't think that's what it was with MIT. They're not discriminating about trans. They're just saying that because your parents decided to pull their funding, and maybe there was a deadline issue that they could not apply for the independent, something like that. Mm-hmm. And so it's just one of those flaws of the system
100.
That trans people and LGBTQ+ people just seem to be more in that gap because there's more family fallout that happens in a lot of those situations. Mm-hmm. So yes, you're right. The thrust of the story, it's amazing that the community came together because it's of no fault of this trans person that that their parents just decided midway through college, hey, we're just going to drop you like a bad habit.
When they came out.
Yeah, and wouldn't be able to graduate. Yeah. So I just want to make sure that nobody thinks that MIT is transphobic or anything. That's not what the story.
Well, no, I would like to, I'm sorry.
No, please. Go
ahead.
I agree. They probably just fell through the way the system works. At the same time, the way it sounds like they're a couple months from graduating. So assuming they're in their 8th semester at MIT. Fuck you, MIT. You're kicking out of the dorms. You're kicking out of classes. This person is not a freshman that just showed up. This is, if they've been there for 7 semesters, you can probably work something out so that they can finish their degree. They're obviously a serious student, and MIT has some of the brightest minds in the world. You can figure something out.
But that happens to anybody, though, John. It would happen to anybody, even if they weren't trans.
No,
if you're not paying,
I'm
they're taking you out.
If you've made it through 7 semesters at MIT, you can work. They should be able to work with anybody, but especially in this situation. Second, fuck their family. Seriously, you just walk out. You just shut out your child. An extensively well-educated, smart person who's going to raise up your bigoted ass family. Believe me, I know it's a tough time and I know it hurts, but in the long run, you'll be better. 3, you are one of the smartest people in the world because you've made it through 7 semesters at MIT. And you're smart enough to choose your own chosen family. Don't take for granted. Enjoy yourself. It's not just the money. Wrap yourself in the love that this money represents. Because I have a feeling there are people who have never met you that have contributed to this fund. So be proud of yourself, not only for being on the doorstep of graduating MIT, but for the way you're starting life. You're going to make it. Yeah, you are going to make it.
And we're sending you so much love, Matthew, from South Florida. After you graduate, you should come to the beach. Just saying. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.